Okay, hi everybody. This is Maria Dekker with Song of the Soul Healing, and today I have Susan Dekker with us. Susan is an animal communicator based in the Netherlands, and I'm so excited to get to talk with you all and with Susan today so that we can learn more about all the amazing skills that she has. So, Susan, say hi to everybody and tell us a little bit about what you do.
Hi, everybody. This is new for me, so I will talk to you all and Maria. Um, I met Maria in the medium class, and I talked to her dog, her deceased dog, because I am an animal communicator. So what I do is I talk telepathically with animals, deceased one, living ones, and I sense like how they are doing, what they want to tell, and that way I help the owner and their beloved pet to bond in a deeper way, to connect, to understand each other better, and yeah, create more love and more togetherness. Yeah.
Oh, yes, and it was so amazing, and I was totally mind blown when we got to do a session together, and the way it worked was Susan asked me if I had any questions that I wanted to ask, and I did have specific things I wanted to know, and we did it by psychometry, right? Susan, you wanted a picture of my
Yeah.
dog, and
Yeah.
and I hadn't even gotten to tell you his name yet, and he came through already. And then I think I ended up telling you his name in the end, finally. Do you remember that? That's how it happened, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But you guys still found each other, so that was so amazing. For me, it was valid because it helped to bring validation and clarity and insight and closure and connection. Those are the main things that stood out for me from the reading. So I was really, really happy to hear. And there were some things I didn't know. Then there were some things that you confirmed that I had felt like were communications with Jakey. And it was so amazing, so amazing. And I feel like more people need to know about you and what you do so that they can communicate with their amazing pets as well, who love them so much. Our pets are our soulmates. And it's possible that we've been with them in other lifetimes already and that we will be with them in more. Or, as you said, that they can come back also to us in this life. So
Mhm.
it's just amazing to connect with their beautiful souls and be with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, Susan, tell us your story. When did this begin? When did you realize that you were communicating with animals, and how did it all start for you?
I think as a child, it was normal for me to talk to the animals and know they understand me. Not only as a child, but through my whole life. For me, it was normal.
Wow.
So I knew they received the message, but I didn't receive it. No, I received it back, but not like telepathically, I thought. But I understand. I think animal communication is telepathically, but also body language and reading the energy, like, oh, is he feeling well or not? So that was there my whole life. And I think many people do this without knowing. And they read their pet's energy. Um, yeah, and it's only like 5 years ago I started to do it professionally. I thought, what do I really, really want to do? And I thought that's talking with animals, all animals. Yeah. So
That's so amazing.
yeah, yeah, it was always there, but yeah, not always aware. Like, oh, I'm talking to animals because it was very normal.
Right.
And there was like one moment, I think, in my life, then I really realized, oh, they understand me and I need to be aware of what I say. So like my horse was going to training in a trailer, and he fell, like his his back end fell down. So we turned back home, and later on I asked a company to move him in the trailer, and I was driving behind in the car, and I saw he was standing on 3 legs and not on 4 legs. So I told him, I want you to stand on 4 legs and don't move, just stand. But it was really bad.
Telepathically told him.
Yeah, telepathically. When I was driving in my car behind him.
Say it out loud telepathically, or did you say it mentally in your mind and send him the message through your mind?
Yeah, through the mind. So but also out loud in my car, and he was in front of me on the road. But that was really a bad advice, because he needs to move his legs to keep his balance and stability.
Right.
But he did what I said, so he put all legs down, and then at the last moment there was a really sharp turn, and then I saw him fall like this, like he was standing on 4 legs and falling. And then I thought, oh, this is not was not good advice, and he really, really understood me. So I was,
Wow.
that was really the moment I thought, oh, yes, he
Wow.
knows.
Yeah, he can hear
Yeah.
me. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So what now you are able to communicate with animals that are here and also animals that have transitioned, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then you're able to help animals with physiological issues, or how does one, what are some of the things that you do or that you offer to help for the betterment of the lives of animals that are here with us in the third dimension?
Mm. I offer consults to the telepathic work, to connect with the animal, and that energy is everywhere. So I do this on a distance, but also they come to me in the practice, and then telepathically I tell them what I sensed, just like mediumship, the sensing, like seeing, hearing, knowing, or hearing the words. So I give the message to the owner, and the message sometimes from the owner to the animal. And only being heard, how do you call it? Yeah, only if you can tell your story like as the animal, that is really healing. So I do also healing with energy work, and body work, like osteopathy, and physical therapy I did for a while, but I'm shifting to really more energy work, but only the talking already is very healing for an animal to be heard.
Wow. You also have craniosacral acupuncture experience, I read also. So you have this sort of background already, but you've tied together what you do and what you understand about energy, and you combine that with your work here. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's when they come to me in the practice, so I can put my hands on the body, then it's a combination. And if it's from a distance, then I do the healing work from a distance.
Wow. So would you be able to walk us through a hypothetical healing from a distance of just sort of how you receive the messages about maybe where the animal's feeling pain or having a block in the body, and then how you go about moving that or healing that from that point?
Yeah, I don't see healing as really healing it, so fixing it, but like changing the energy field or helping the energy of the body heal itself. But because I have this background in physical therapy, osteopathy, craniosacral therapy, it's for me really easy to sense the body. So sometimes an animal tells me in words where there's a pain, but
And when you
often
hear it in words, do you hear it in your own voice of them saying it to you, or do you hear a different voice?
Mostly it's, I don't know if it's my own voice, but I hear a voice. Sometimes it differs the sound of the voice, but it's not really like different voices like people have, but
Right.
yeah.
Wow.
And so they can tell me, but often I also feel it in my body that my back starts to hurt before I get in contact, and then I know that there is pain.
In your
And
back. The
yeah,
clairsentience, so you feel if they have back pain, you can feel it in your back.
yeah, right.
Wow.
And I ask the animal what they need. Like hands-on therapy is also very good for a body. So I ask them if they need a therapist in their own country or home. And yeah, with the energy work, what I do is sometimes I just send them very loving energy. Sometimes I ask the angels to take away some pain and put in, really high frequency love energy. Sometimes I see the body in front of me and I do my therapy work like I do it in the practice. So it differs how I work. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. So, have you ever seen a situation where you were working energetically from a distance and then there was a block that was hard to overcome? And then what happened after that? Did you figure out why it was hard to overcome and were you able to work through it? Or was there something different that transpired? Was there more? Did you need to look at a different part of the body? Um, like a challenging experience that maybe happened that was a little different from maybe some of the other sessions that you've had?
I believe that illness is also a message, and often is also no, not yeah. It can be often, but it's depending on the bond between animal and human. Human can experience the same pain or the same place, so it can be the animal also is like giving attention to. You have to also look at your body. So I don't think you can always take away everything, but yeah, sometimes I feel a body and I feel like it's a machine and all the buttons or all the things are not working correctly. So that is not to solve for me. So I can put the energy work on it and then say just what needs to be done will be done, but it's not up to me to really say this needs to work or something. Yeah.
Sure, sure.
But
So,
they can feel really heavy, the bodies that are really exhausted. Yeah.
mm, so you feel like a guide, more of a guide to help send, to help bring some comfort, to help bring some ease, just to try to alleviate pain? Do you feel like that's because, right, it's like we say in energy work all the time, especially when we want to work with healing or alchemizing or just supporting or guiding those that we work with, we always ask for the highest good of whatever is meant to be. So it's not just because somebody wants healing, okay, I'm going to give you healing. It doesn't work like that
Yeah.
in energy field, right?
Yeah.
So it's that kind of how you, what you're saying about what you do, you'd like to provide like that support and comfort, just let the animals know that they're heard and ask if there's any message that they want to share with their owner, if they know what they need. Do you find that they know what they need intuitively sometimes?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Can you give an example?
Like supplements or something then pops up like omega-3 or I really think she needs this or that. Yeah, that's, and then the owner says, oh, I was already thinking about that. And then I say, yeah, maybe it was not you, it was the animal that is putting it in your field like that.
Wow, that's
But
amazing.
you asked about pain, but I really think that healing energy can um, how do you call it? Give
Alkaline.
less pain. Yeah,
Yeah.
or alchemize pain. Yeah, but it's not up to us. So we put the energy in motion, and we see what the body and the soul does with the healing.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Was there ever a time where you were really shocked by what you learned that an animal needed or wanted? It was something that was like funny or like surprising that an animal wanted and it made them very happy. Anything that stands out in your mind?
Oh. No, it's a bit difficult for me because it's like you have two sides of your brain. So when I'm in communication, I'm in one side of the brain,
Mm,
and I don't always remember things. So a funny thing. Um, yeah, I can remember that people laughed at it, but I don't remember what it was. No.
yeah, like maybe the owner would be surprised by what they would hear you say sometimes and be like, "Oh, that's funny," because yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that's what I'm thinking. That's
yeah.
so funny. That's amazing. Oh, and then I had another question I wanted to ask you. What was that? Um, it's just so amazing what you do. It really, really is. I mean, I feel like for the animal, it's like you're a Dr. Doolittle. Yeah. So, oh, that's what I wanted to ask you. Do you feel like animals take on pain and physical issues of their own or sometimes?
Yeah, I think there are multiple ways that an animal is in your life. So some can really mirror you and your complaints, but some carry it also. They really, my horse that is not living anymore, that's alive anymore, was
Right.
really taking my pain. So when the osteopath came, was years ago, then he checked the horse, and then he checked me, and we all had the similar complaints. So an animal can carry your complaints, but it can also not carry but mirror. So you have to look at this. So I behave some way, or I have illness some way to get you to yeah
Wow.
to pay attention to it. So I see them also as mirrors, and some come really as teachers and guides. Yeah, as mirroring is also guiding, of course, but yeah, there are
Wow.
different ways an animal comes into your life, and sometimes they need some. They also have their lessons to learn, right? So they can also have the same lessons to learn like the owner, so that they are that you are together because you need to learn the same lessons.
Wow.
That's also a possibility. And some are very wise and yeah, real good teachers and really high energy when you meet them or feel them. Yeah.
I'm getting goosebumps because what came up for me was that I always, had a fear of losing sight. And in the end, Jakey, my dog, he lost his vision.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know if that came through for you. And I don't know if there's a connection there, but that was sort of a fear of mine. I mean, and now I'm hearing you talk about this, I'm almost like, was he trying to show me that he could still be happy without his vision? Oh, it makes me emotional to think about. But when that happened, his life immediately slowed down for sure.
Mhm.
We were able to get him something called the Muffin Halo, which was something that a woman made for her dog named Muffin. And it was literally these angel wings that were Velcro that attached to like a vest on the dog on the back. And then it had a
Mhm.
little wire halo in the front that like it worked as a stopper for him. So when he walked, he wouldn't bump into things anymore. And when I put it on him, Susan, he got so happy. He had so much more confidence and he was testing it out and he was like bumping anything. And it was a very exciting time for him. It was his halo. So But yeah, it's interesting hearing you talk about that. And like, I have heard people say that dogs are our mirrors, and I believe it so much. Like, I have pictures of my dog next to me where I could swear we look alike, same expression, same everything. And it's just amazing how incredible animals are and sensitive, and how lucky we are to have them. I mean,
Yeah.
in my where I live now, it's a big dog community. There's many dogs here, and I'm always fascinated by the energy that I see transferring from the owner to the dogs, for better or for worse. I mean, like, some of these dogs are dragging these people out, and I'm imagining in my mind, like, this person must have been at work all day, maybe just got the dog, maybe the person's in a state of panic or stress, and the dog is stressed now, and like there is total disconnection between them. But then I have a dog across my hallway who visits with the sick and elderly. Her name is Bailey, and she's the most calm dog. She looks deeply in your eyes when she sees you, and she just like stares at you without blinking. And she just like,
Oh,
my my husband is a total marshmallow for her. Like, when he's like, man, and so am I. He's like, oh, we'll see her in the hallway when we come inside, and he's like, I just melted into a full bowl of warm chocolate. And I was like, I know, like, she like she does something to you when she's with you.
yeah. Some animals are also healers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. I
Yeah.
think she has like a steady hand with her healing. She's a small little dog, little black, soft dog. And he's like, she's so soft. I'm like, I feel like she planned that too. She wanted to be soft. She wanted to be a healer. She's like, I'm going to heal you. And she looks in your eyes, and you're just like, I feel it.
Ah, that's so nice. Yeah.
I feel like dogs are our angels that we get. And I want to ask you, Susan, do you feel that every dog that we have, or every pet that we have, is for a reason, that it's like a special sacred reason and bond? Or do you feel like, what do you feel about that when an animal ends up in your life, and I guess the meaning behind them finding you? And do you believe that there's sort of a divine intervention with every relationship and every pet that you meet?
Yeah, I really believe that are also soul agreements just with humans. And some animals will reincarnate, so they can be in various lifetimes with you. Just like some cats, mostly in the same body, but it can also be in different bodies. Like my horse was also a cat and a rabbit for me. And I always thought I took her out of pity, so I was feeling sorry for her, how she was being kept.
Mm.
But then she showed me this year that was the only way to reach me, but that she was already with me, like in the cat's body and the
Mm.
rabbit, and
Oh,
yeah, that we needed to do some karmic stuff together. She was really a tough teacher, and but she died a couple of weeks ago, and it
mm.
was really light. When the moment came, we felt like we completed the circle, both, and it was really a relief for both of us to go on the journey. It doesn't mean I don't miss her, but yeah, it felt like we could go on without each other, and that the lessons were learned. So yes,
Oh,
yeah.
wow. So would you say that that's one of the most, what do you feel is the most challenging thing about this work?
Um, to translate it to the humans in a way they can understand. So
Mm.
I always send people like text messages with how to interpret it, the message of the animal, because and that's why I do voice messages also sent instead of a report, because I need to have the owner feel the feeling that
Yeah,
that
I
I
love
try to communicate.
I was so happy when you did that because I saved it and now I can listen to it also and go back to it and hearing your voice. It's a transmission of the energy, so I still feel it. That was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. And also, there's also instinct in animals. So it's not like when you communicate with animals, you can say, I need you to do this, and they do it, because they also have their instincts, and that is always on top of everything. So I find dogs with behavioral problems, for example, quite a challenge, because there are so many things that happen. The owner, where they live, but also their genes,
Yeah.
fears. Yeah,
Right.
so you can communicate, you can explain, but the instinct or fear is
Yeah.
yeah, something big to overcome. Yeah.
Yeah. So if a dog doesn't feel safe or if a dog feels fear or an animal feels fear when you meet them, could that make it a challenge to work with them?
Yeah, if they come in the practice and they are really stressed out, then sometimes it's hard to communicate telepathically with them.
Sure.
Yeah, it's like and also I always say, when you are really afraid of going to the dentist, then some people can explain to you what he will do, but yeah, that doesn't make it more or less scary.
Yeah,
Um,
sure. Do you feel like you're able to, yeah, so that would make it harder to send a telepathic message to the dog or to the
Yeah,
cat.
it's like the brain is closed or something, not able to receive.
Mm,
So I always make an energy field before I start to work,
yeah,
and that's why I'm a bit changing my work, because some people came for osteopathy and they are not open for animal communication. But
mm,
when they know we also come for energy work and animal communication, then I can just sit on the ground and the dog can do its thing and maybe lie in the corner, and I can do my thing, and they can really settle down. So most of the times it happens, but I have one dog that almost climbs in my closet that's standing there and jumping, and he was really, really hard to connect to. And one time just stand in his way, so I don't want you to take everything that is lying there. I only stand there, and he was really jumping at me and snapping, and
right.
yeah, I felt a lot of frustration. So I tried to heal them at the same moment, but I'm really doing then a lot of things like healing, communicating, and then the owners. So that can be a challenge. Yeah.
Sure. A lot of dynamics happening there. Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
probably a good idea to ask the owner to do some sort of a ceremony or just a relaxation with the pet before you come, walk them, bring them into the sun, into nature, give them a massage, some quiet time. It's like the way you leave the house is so important too with your pet. I like learned that about when I was trying to learn how to walk my dog. The way you leave and go on the walk is so important. It sets the tone for the whole walk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, Probably like a similar thing because it's all energy. And it's like, I think that pets pay attention to their owners so much and how they are reacting to other things all the time. So, for example, if I'm on a walk with my dog and I see another dog that's hyper and I act like I'm not okay about that, and then he senses that. So, if I don't trust someone, he's not going to trust them either. Because we have that trust bond built in the first place, though. Sometimes that's not there with the owner to pet also. The trust is not there. And then it's very chaotic for the animal, unfortunately. But it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, I was very aware that my dog trusted me a lot. So whenever I bought him to meet other pets, um, I would show him that I trusted the other pet. I would make sure I trusted the pet first because I'm going to let him meet my very important soulmate, so I have to make sure you're good. So I would visit with the other pet first, make sure, and then Jakey would see me and he would know when I was okay with this pet. He would understand the cue and then he would come.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was like I noticed that they watch how you act, and I mean, it's like you said, there are mirrors.
Yeah. Most of my consults, there is also a lot of owners of me saying, or the dog saying to the owner, or the horse saying to the owner, what is mirroring or what needs to change. So that's really nice that you to say this. Yeah.
Yeah. So you feel that the horse will be wanting to get a message to the owner of what needs to change. Is that what you were saying in that way? Okay.
Yeah, like people always want connection with their animal, but when they go to their animal, like a horse, you have to go to, but also animal at home, and they are not connected with themselves. Like they are busy in their head. I need to do this. I need to do that. Coming from work,
Right.
the animal also cannot connect. Just a lot of times, animals ask them to. Connect with their heart and feel their bodies, and from there connect to them.
Wow. That's so beautiful. So tell us what kinds of animals you've worked with. All kinds of animals that
Mm.
you've worked with in your experience.
Dogs I see in the practice most, and horses I see also live and on a distance, and cats, rabbits. I think that's it for now.
Hey, have you ever connected with any other animals?
Yeah, but not like professionally. But I do my animal communication everywhere. Of course, it's a way of life, and
Wow.
you never stop learning. Every soul is so different, has other lessons that I think, it can be different. So, and one like, how do you call it? A breed that was dog and wolf. That
Mm,
was really, really nice. She was so pure. She was in the practice.
wow.
She had really trouble. She was kept as a dog, but in her essence, she was a wolf. So, and that her body was really aching, and her health was really declining because there was such a miscommunication. Like, I am a wolf, but I am a dog. I don't know what I am.
Mm,
But she had such a pure essence. So like in Holland, there's a big thing about wolves. There are
mhm,
wolves in the forest, and that sometimes attack people. The country is too small to have wolves here.
mhm,
But I don't. There's something different with the wolves here, because I met her. There's this dog, and I also met wolves at a park in Belgium, I think.
mhm,
And wolves are really pure in essence, and they really don't need contact with humans.
mm,
They don't need it. So I don't know what is going on there, but she saw me and she wanted to go away. That is her first response. If she doesn't, if it's new, she wants to go away.
mhm.
And that is a wolf. It does not come to you and attack. It's most of the times they just walk away.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's really interesting, Susan, because it's like when you think about how dogs are domesticated and wolves are not, and dogs evolved from wolves. I'm thinking about like the spiritual meaning behind that, but like I feel like dogs are here. I feel like a big part of dogs' missions and being here is to heal humans. And like I've heard before, and I want to know what you think, but I've heard before that dogs reincarnate because they want to be in servitude. Like they want to live a life of like service. They want to do
Mhm.
something for someone else. Yeah. Do you feel that? And how do you also feel about like other animals like horses? Like when an animal soul incarnates to be a horse, do you know why they do that? or any
Ooh, that's a nice question. Yeah, we also talked about the soul contract. So there is also that way. I think that they choose animal or body to connect in that way with the soul they have a contract with. But there are groups like cats. I think they are real big healers. I don't see cats really often carrying things of humans. They are more the healers with their purr, the frequencies. They lay in the house and they just vibe, or they lay on your belly and they just heal you with their sounds. And dogs are really companions. Yeah, they are really friendship and they support us. And horses are connected to both the earth and the upper worlds really.
Yes.
Yeah, so
I've heard for
yeah.
horses because their hearts are so big that they're wonderful for heart healing, for the heart chakra. Like I've seen now that they're doing these different exercises where they put many horses to surround one person. And it's like the horse. Have you seen this video on like YouTube where, oh my God, it's like a woman and she's doing like almost like an outdoor Reiki session with someone
Oh
on,
yeah.
and there's maybe like 30 horses surrounding just there, just standing there peacefully. And then there's one horse that's coming close to her face and putting his face on her.
Yeah, I have done a healing circle with horses 2 weeks ago that was facilitated by my teacher. And I got really a boost from a horse that was behind me from the heart region. Yeah, it felt like my body was going.
Wow.
Yeah, they
Wow.
are really, really, yeah, yeah. I don't have the words for it, but they,
Oh.
yeah.
And going back to cats, it's like I know that cats have a lot of Egyptian lineage, ancestral lineage, and back in Egypt, they really were regarded as very, very high frequency beings. And there were even different cat cults, like where different Egyptians worshipped cats. And they're finding those mummification sites now where cats were even buried with like their owners. That's not something that was done in all Egyptian, families. That of course had the means to make these sacred burials. But yeah, they were finding that, and of course there are gods and goddesses that are also in the form of cats in Egypt. So I've heard this before too, a lot about cats. Yeah, it's really interesting how different all animals are.
Yeah, and they say a cat is more a queen and you are their servant, but I really
Right.
don't see it that way. They are doing so much for us and we don't always see it. But don't
Right.
underestimate the rabbit and the guinea pig. I also talked with guinea pigs, but they can be also very powerful.
In what
Yeah.
way?
They also have their wisdom and they also can have really big healing energies. And yeah, it's not to underestimate the looks of the animal. Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. That's so amazing. Another question that comes to mind is when you and I did the session with Jakey, you talked to me, and this is, of course, getting personal to Jakey, my pet, my dog. You discussed a little bit about the shamanic layers. Now, I would love for you to talk about your knowledge and integration of the shamanic layers in this work. And you had mentioned to me where he was in the layer, and if you could talk about that for a minute, I think that would be really helpful for some people to understand some of the places where their pets transition through to or go to or travel through on their journey after
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, that's good. I have something with death, with dying. Yeah, like a child, I found my rabbits at the moment they were passing over. Yeah, I guided a lot of my own animals and other animals into the process, and that is in that sense easy for most of humans and animals, but it goes naturally. But for animals, they don't always know they get put down. It comes like suddenly, yeah. Like the owner can be emotional over more things. So then, when it's not communicated to them, they don't always understand if that bond is not that deep. In that sense, like the communication through between them. So that can be overwhelming or a little bit of a shock. Yeah, and in the shamanism, they divide the passing over like in layers. So you have the stone people, they call it, the plant people, the animal people, the human layer, and we share that with whales and dolphins. And then the angelic layer, and you have more layers to come that are more high in frequency. So a stone is really dense.
Right? Yeah, dense and like heavy. Yeah. And then as you go up, it gets a higher frequency, right? Okay.
Yeah, but one is not better than the other. And it's not like you first have to go there and then there and then there. That's not how it works. But when someone, people or animals pass over, they can get stuck in one layer. That's what the Inca shamanism tells us. So they're like an animal, like my dog, can get stuck in the stone layer or in the plant layer, but he needs to go to the animal layer.
Okay.
So
and why might an animal get stuck in one of those layers?
Because they then have something to learn, or like I had a rabbit, and we did the healing process during the shamanistic work, and he was missing. So suddenly he wasn't there anymore, and we didn't know what happened with him. So probably he was took by a bird. It was a shock for him. And that's why he got stuck in one layer. So as a shaman, you travel to the other worlds, the other realms, and then you can check the layers. So where is there an animal that I know, or where is this animal in which of the layers? And then we help them. So we give them a healing, but it's not up to us. But we give healing energy, and so we can help them move through that, but only when it's their time to move to the next layer. So you cannot force it, but
because again, it's a part of the soul contract. For whatever reason, the rabbit was meant to get taken by the bird, right? If that's what happened, and needed to learn something. So when you assist in this, when you help, how do you help? How do you help? Because again, you're saying that they have to learn on their own. So how do you still offer help and assistance when an animal may be stuck in one of these layers?
Yeah, we do that by energy work. So we call upon the soul, and then we do the energy work on the soul, or on the energetic print of the body. Some say that it's there. So yeah, there are many opinions about it, of course, but and we do the energy work like you do it on normal. You would do it on normal people or normal animals. So in the shamanistic work, we have other techniques, but it's always energy work. So you can help them clean the energy and things. Energy that you can pull out. Like
I know
work's always different, right? But
and I know I'm getting very specific, but I think it's fascinating to talk about, because every healer or every person who communicates or works with energy has different ways of doing it. So that's why I love to ask you, Susan. So like when you are doing this energy work, do you use your hands sometimes? Do you envision it? Do you like see the rabbit and see the pain where it is and then move it somewhere else? Do you work with an angel? Is there a specific angel, or can another guide arrive and show up and then you work with them? How does it work? Or can it work?
I learned energy work in multiple ways. So I feel like with the animal I'm connecting with, I just feel what comes up. But in the shamanic work, it's really specific. So we learned it for humans, but they say to me, because I'm always with animals connecting, you can do an animal. But that was really in a couple of trees, and one was laying there, and the soul, he was like channeling the soul and carrying that energy. And then we did the healing work on him, like cleaning the chakras. So clearing out the chakras, and that was really with the hands, or moving energy out, and then putting energy, high energy in. Like that work. But yeah, I can do it in different ways. Like sometimes I visualize, sometimes I ask, I also have energy work that I go to the past of when I see, oh, there is something like happened when he was a puppy, and then I go with the dog there to view it like a movie, and then release it by calling up an angel and taking it away. It goes really deep. I don't know who is listening to the video.
Yeah, no, definitely. I want to go deep. This channel is for going deep. So, and obviously I do this work as well, like in mediumship, but I'm still getting more comfortable with like the medium work, but also I have my own ways of channeling and connecting to energy too. So it's always fascinating for me to hear how other people are doing it too, you know? So this is amazing.
You also have, for example, reconnective healing I learned many years ago, and that is, they believe you cannot put energy in and don't take energy out, but you only move the energy that is already there.
Beautiful.
So sometimes I take the connective energy, reconnective healing is it called. So sometimes I do that healing. So it's really different.
That's what I want to ask you, like the ethics behind this. So like, because it's like in our group, right? We always say you have to ask permission before you do a reading or energy work with someone. So, and of course you said you're not changing any, you're not, you can't add energy, and you don't like take anything away. You just move things, right? So how do you?
That's the reconnective healing, but sometimes I really put high energy in, and sometimes I pull something out. So that's, I learned on different educations, different things.
So like, how do you know that it's okay with the animal to do this, and that it's not a part of their soul contract to figure it out on their own, or with their own, I don't know, other guides?
I always ask, and then I feel in my body a yes or a no, and then I do it or I don't. Yeah.
Okay. So
when they are in the practice and they carry something from their owner, then I asked, just not out loud, but I ask him to myself, can I give this back to the owner? Is that okay? Can the owner carry it right now? And then with a yes or a no, I move it, the energy, with permission.
And like, how might a yes or a no show up? How have you seen yeses and nos show up?
For me, it's like a yes is an expanding, and a no is a contraction.
So yeah, it's a feeling of expansion, like an energy. You feel it energetically, an expansion. Yeah. Okay, and then a no, you'll feel contraction.
But when I work with the animal life, then it sometimes pulls away like a no.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing, because in some energy work, like I know some people who work telepathically with energy, and they will see somebody put a hand up as a no if they don't want any intervention, or any help from someone else. Yeah, it's really interesting.
I think that's what you say is really important, because there are so many ways, and you have to find your own way as a healer, as a communicator, as a medium. A way that suits you and connects with the client you have. And there are so many. I really have like a suitcase filled with techniques, and I use the ones that are right for that person or animal, or combination.
Wow, that's amazing. So this is kind of a hard question, but because I know it's all the work is so valid in every way, but is there one particular energetic transmission that you had with an animal that I guess was a really big distinguish between like a before and after? So like was there ever something that it was like very mind-blowing for you what you saw after some of the work that you like what you were able to receive and like what came after that?
Yeah, that was a dog, a white shepherd dog, and he was this Thursday in my practice again. So I see him for his body every couple of weeks. But he came in like at the beginning of this year, and he came in because his owner was a behavioral expert, and she was how do you call it? She said to clients to go to me so I could treat their animal. So I texted her and I said, that's super nice of you that I get all your clients. And she said, I'm learning to be an osteopath as well. So I said, oh, come to my practice and take your dog with you, and then I will show you some things. But when she was there with the white shepherd, his name is Murphy, he didn't really want to be touched, so that was difficult for him. And then her story came. So he was with her like 1.5 years now, and she said, I have fostered multiple dogs, but they always get used really fast, but he is still so unhappy. And I really don't think he likes our family and to be in it. And she told me that he lost his first owner suddenly. Because the owner died of a heart attack. And he was like a child to her, to that owner. And her husband couldn't take care of him anymore because he had to work, and he wanted him to get better. For me, it also felt like the husband, it was too many memories to see the dog.
Sure.
But the first thing I felt was a really, really big grief and sadness still on his, like it was already like 2 years ago, but it was still really there. And I just lost my horse that was 20 years with me. So I really could recognize this. That is also important as a therapist or medium. If you have a lot of life experience, then you can reconnect with a lot of things. So she said to me, can you talk to him? Because if he wants to live somewhere else, I just need him to be happy.
Oh.
So I started to talk to him and about the grief, and he was really shocked that she was just away and he didn't process it. He missed his first owner so much. And just by talking and sending him loving energy and explaining how he's so loved in his new family. And he has a big role to play in the new family, really, really big role. He's so sweet.
You explained this to him so he could understand?
Yeah, we talked and I felt his emotion, and I'm like a space holder. So I always say, please, let the emotions come so they can be released. And I kept in touch with the owner, and there was such a big transformation, like almost directly and their bond changed so much. And he was really just grieving, and now last Thursday he was so happy and so light and really practicing opening the heart and be the loving light he is. And she always tells me when she comes in, the owner. So I'm so amazed still how this went with him. He was such a different dog, and he's so happy now. And I really thought he was not happy with us. I didn't knew this was such a thing for him still. Yeah.
Wow.
It's really, really big. Yeah.
So it just totally illuminated him after getting to connect with you. Then he was able to frequency. Oh.
Yeah, it was really, he needed a couple of weeks still to grieve, to let it go, but it was almost instantly the change they saw in him. And her husband of the owner, he doesn't believe in stuff like that, but he saw the change, like, whoa, there's really something happened here with and just by talking, like I didn't do just by
Wow.
space holding and explaining things what happened, and yeah, and
Wow.
giving him a new purpose in life. So you can do this for this child and for this other dog, and
Wow.
yeah.
And in this way, did you speak to him telepathically or did you speak to him verbally?
No, telepathically. Yeah.
Telepathically. Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
So
it's also amazing. Yeah.
would you say that things like this are some of the most rewarding things about this work for you, or anything else that you feel is one of the most rewarding things about this incredible gift that you have?
Yeah, I find it really, really rewarding to do this job, only just because they always say our connection deepens. It always comes back, or they say, "Oh, I always thought of my cat as my child, but now I understand the wisdom they carry, and there's so much more listening to the animal and sensing and respect and
Yeah.
bonding and happiness." And that's, yeah, really makes me happy. Yeah.
Wow. So if you had to pick one of your favorite things about this work, and I know it's hard to pick one because there's kind of, it's all incredible, but is there one thing that's your favorite thing about this work?
Yeah, to share the animal wisdom, I think, to make people aware of how you already said it, how precious it is to have them in our lives, and their wisdom is so big, and their loving energies, and it's such a present for us, and we need to be more aware. It's also for me, like, I get sucked into life also, and this little one here, yeah, if we go for a walk, he really pulls me out of there
Yes.
with mirroring me, and yeah.
Oh, and who is this? What is his name?
And Navajo.
And Afayo. Oh,
Mhm.
so beautiful. He loves being in your energetic space. Look at this. It's very sweet. He's
He
very
was
cool.
meant to be. He was meant to be with me. He was
Oh,
a former client, so and she couldn't take care of him anymore. She went to. She was something older, like the nursing home. Yeah, where you
okay.
staying?
Gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh,
So she called me like a year after I treated him, that she was in a nursing home and couldn't take care of him anymore.
okay.
So.
Oh, he looks very happy with you.
Oh,
So
thank
beautiful.
you. Thank you.
That's
But
amazing.
I also have we have time for another case, because that one I found also really nice to share. Like, it
Yes.
was a cat, and the owner, that this was on a distance dog. So also telepathically, but from a distance, and she contacted me, like, always when I go on vacation, then my cat stops eating, and then we come back and she's really sad, and looks not looking very good.
Oh,
And there's someone taking, so she stays in the home, the cat, and then someone comes to take care of the cat
right.
every day. So I got a conversation with the cat, and I explained that there was another vacation coming up, and then asked the cat what she needed. And one of the things the cat needed was, like, the family connecting with her every day, just for a moment, to send her energy, like, we still think of you, and we will come back. That's important for some animals, especially if they moved homes, that they know I can stay, or that you come back. So, and she came back from the holiday, and the cat was really looking good and happy, and she was really amazed. And she can go on a holiday now without, the cat having problems. So that was really
Wow.
amazing. So, yeah.
Amazing. That's amazing.
But you also hear in that story that it also depends on you as an owner, so that they really sat down every day to connect with the children, with the cat, and believe the cat can hear them, and it helps. That really helped. Yeah, so the owner needs to also be on the same frequency, and it's
Makes
not always easy when I have a consult and I say some things, or I translate some things from the animal. It's not always easy to hear, like, be more in your heart, and there's some friction between the partners, or yes, it takes courage to look at yourself in the mirror and think, oh yeah,
Sure.
I also need to work at that. Yeah.
Sure, absolutely. Wow. That makes a lot of sense because it's like it's a relationship like anything else, right? Just like
Yeah,
with
that's beautiful. Yeah, it is. Yeah.
totally. So
So yeah.
so it would be awesome if you could sort of walk us through if somebody wanted to work with you. Okay, so I wanted to go to your website for a minute, show everybody your website just so we can show a little bit more about Susan, and then you can kind of explain as I'm going through it. You can explain like the services you offer and what people can expect if they book a certain service with you. Does that sound
Okay.
good? So let me go here to share screen, and I'm going to come up here to your website. Okay. So if I go to the home page, yep, you've
Yeah,
got
that's my Dutch website. Yeah.
beautiful. So you've got treatment, healing, and reading of the heart, listening, the art of listening.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Animal communication, reading and healing, support and dying. So these are the main three services that you offer. So if somebody wants to do a healing and reading with you, you've already explained to us that basically you check in with the owner and ask what's going on, and then they bring the animal to you, or you do it telepathically, and then you tune in, you kind of listen and try to get feedback on what's going on, and then you would facilitate a healing. It could be from a distance, or it could be from in person, or it could be, you said, giving supplements. Is there anything else that one could expect, or what else might happen if somebody did a treatment, healing, and reading with you with one of their animals, or with an animal that's here with us in the 3D?
On a distance, there can be advices, but it can be an advice like what you said, supplements, or maybe no, I'm the crystals. I was searching for the word, like that what they can do themselves, or change the food can be also an advice if the animals just saying to me, I cannot process this food anymore. But it also can be an advice to search for a therapist in real life, or to go as an owner also to a therapist. Yeah, it can really vary.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
And when it's live, then maybe when it comes up, I can use my other techniques like massage or acupuncture or cranial sacral therapy, but that's also a bit energetic. But then I really let me guide by the animal. So if they are afraid at first, then I will treat them from a distance, like moving the energies with my hands and communicating with them. So this thing is really about the treatment of the body and the energy body. That is and what comes up, I translate to the owner, but it's not like the owner asking questions and I am translating. So this is really for the healing of the body and the energy body.
It's fascinating. And so if I understood correctly, do you offer acupuncture for animals as well?
Yeah, I do it when the animals ask for it, or when I sense that it would be helpful, Or my colleague is a physical therapist still, and she has like a dog now that is paralyzed from the waist. So, and that's a couple of months. So then she asked me, please, can you do the acupuncture? And then no, it's not, I do only, I also do the healing and the acupuncture for the dog then. So when people ask me to, I do that. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. So does that require sedation for the animal?
Oh no, it can be sometimes painful, but most of the times they don't feel it.
Oh, and the animals you find will just relax during the acupuncture?
Some will relax, some don't like it. It's really differs. Yeah, just like humans.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. Wow. That's fascinating. And how long could an acupuncture session be with a pet? How long could they stand?
Yeah, I don't always I always combine it. So a needle will be in the body. Some say like as the age, like when your pet is 5 years old, then it's 5 minutes. But it's also like cooking. So you put some food in and you feel when it's ready. So it's all with the needle, just feeling when the needle is ready or when the needle comes out itself. It's energy work. So,
Right.
or when you pull the needle and it's stuck. Yeah, it's like a bit of glue you feel. Oh, it's not ready yet. So I always call it's like cooking and feeling. Yeah.
Amazing. Beautiful. And then for this service that you offer, the animal communication reading and healing, this is for when animals have transitioned, if I'm understanding correctly.
No, this is for also animals that are still alive.
Okay, for both.
This focused on the reading, so you can ask me questions like six most of the times, and I always ask the animal, "What do you want to tell?" And then we do the talking, like your story. Yeah, I talked with your animal, with Jakey, and you get a voice memo for me, or you get live in the practice. And when then comes up, I need healing, or I send just healing energy, and the communicating also is healing for them. Yeah, so this is the focus on the communication, on the talking, on the questions, and the other one is really focused on the helping the body and the energy body.
That's amazing. And I just want to acknowledge the reading that you did for me and Jakey for a second, because this is what I wanted to tell you about how intuitive you are, and how amazing the connection was with Jakey. So when Susan did my reading, she connected with Jakey, and she said that, as she mentioned today, oftentimes an animal will communicate a crystal that they would like you to work with as their owner. So it's funny because as an intuitive myself, I instantly felt that I knew the crystal she was going to tell me that he wanted me to work with. And then she said that crystal, which was citrine. Okay. Jakey wanted me to have citrine all over my house. That's what he told Susan. And Susan, you and I had this session in June, which we're in September now. Okay. So I just wanted to tell you that this past like 2 weeks, I've been having a lot of gut issues and stomach issues. And for those of you that know crystals, you know that citrine is related to the solar plexus a lot, and this sort of space in the body and the stomach. And it's so funny because to me, it's almost like Jake was ahead of me, and he was telling me to be integrating that citrine and taking it seriously a few months ago. Because right now I'm leaning on it a lot. The solar plexus is all about oneness, right? And empowerment and connection with self and confidence and creativity and like living in your purpose, and so I've had some constrictions with that because I've been going back and forth between two different businesses and trying to figure some things out. And I just had this big move happen. So I just wanted to tell you, Susan, that's how significant your reading was for me is that it was a big confirmation, because I also met with 2 other mediums this month, or in this past week, as was going through these stomach issues. And they said the same thing. They said, take out your citrine, work with your citrine. And I'm seeing it everywhere. It's like, also for my zodiac sign, they're saying for Sagittarius, this month is about compassion and your solar plexus. And then citrine, use citrine. I'm like, it's coming up everywhere. It's so funny. So it's amazing. It's really amazing how valuable this work is and how they connect with us to try to heal us and tell us what we need, what's going to help us. It's the most special relationship ever. And, you know, I had a telepathic conversation with Jakey. I told him that I was coming here. So I feel that he knows that I'm here now. We will talk more about that later. I don't know if he's like, he has physically been in the state where I am now in North Carolina. He has physically been here before. And he did enjoy it a lot. We took him on the boat and to a beach, and he loved it. He was with his cousin Jake, who is also a dog, and I see them together now as well. But yeah, so we'll talk more about that. But yeah, Susan's work is absolutely incredible and can offer you so much peace and comfort and help in your own life, and to keep your bond deepened and close with them. So, support in dying, can you explain to us how you offer support in or in animals transition to the next realm?
Yeah, thank you for sharing your story. It's really this is one of the reasons I like this work also so much. Yeah, thank you. And for the seed, like you called me an animal medium. Yeah, so that is the reading I also do for deceased animals. Yeah. And this is in the process before. So when you know your beloved animal will pass over, then I can help you with the process, like ask the questions or share the things that need to be shared, so you can both be relaxed at the end. I can tell the animal what's going to happen and explain the steps. Some already have. This is always a question for me, because I think animals are really connected to source, but still some of them, some remember from past lives what will happen, and some don't, like almost as if they too much in the 3D and the human mind. But
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I explain what will happen, and especially for horses, this is a big thing, because the horse needs to lay down. So I can tell them what's being asked of them. So I lost 3 horses, and I really told them, when you feel this and after this injection, you need to lay down. So they will ask this from you, and then you can give in, just surrender. Like, don't fight it, surrender, and go with this flow. And there's almost every time also a moment when I see they got put down, that I lose control of the body. So that is sometimes a bit frightening moment for them. So
Sure.
I explain that on forehand, so they know a bit what's coming. Yeah.
Wow.
And you can also do with energy work, clear the chakras, open the chakras, so the animal can leave the body more easily when there's a lot of stuff still weighing there. With acupuncture, there's a protocol that can be used. Lymph, I don't know if you call it in English also, but lymphatic
Drainage.
drainage.
Mm-hmm.
You can also help the body, because that moves toxins, but also emotions. So that also helps with letting go. What you call the solar plexus, you just said it, who am I? I never heard it, but for me it feels like they're on this place, the earth cord and the heaven cord come together. So to prepare the body to let go of the soul. Yeah, there are all kinds sort of techniques that I can use to help. Yeah,
Wow.
but it's mostly the human that needs the most help to let go and to understand that the guilt is weighing very heavy. So that's one of the things when an animal is deceased, it can help when you feel guilty to do a reading, because guilt is really pulling. Also, when the animal crossed over,
Yeah.
it's not helping. Yeah, so just walking through the emotions, confirming that the body is ready to go. And I never say you have to put your animal down. Yeah, that this is something that is difficult sometimes, because people ask me, I think my animal is really near the end, and what does it say? And then I translate it like, yeah, it also feels like the body is ready to leave, and it feels like the time is up. But yeah, it also can that if you go to the doctor and get medicine, that the body gets pushed up again. So I cannot predict that. So I always tell them it's a thing that happens in the moment right now. Like when you are very ill, then you feel like, okay, I am ready to leave. It's okay. It's time to go now. And not always the case, or some animals fight until the end, or say, "Oh no, this will pass." But sometimes when they have a history, they say, "Okay, you can let me go now." But I cannot predict the future. So if you really go to all kinds of doctors and they find something, yeah, this is a little bit tricky. But I translate how the animal feels at that moment, which can give some confirmation. Yeah.
Mhm. Oh, with my dog, when I just kind of had a moment where I felt like I knew that it was time, and the way that I went about it was just talking him through it and letting him know that I'm always with him and that I love him so much, and I like work very hard to keep my energy to keep my energy happy with him so that he would feel my love in his transition. And when we talked, you said that you had seen him in a shamanic layer where he was peaceful. So I'm happy about that. So the topic of the afterlife, I'd like you to talk more about that too. You know, especially right now, you're in a place of where your horse just transitioned too. So for you, it seems very natural to talk about the afterlife and to talk about the transition of the body, transition of the soul leaving the physical body. So for those listening who may need guidance in initiating a euthanasia or transition for their dog, or for those who have or for their pet, or for those who have other pets who have already transitioned, what on the upside would you share about afterlife that can give us some insight to take us out of the human experience for a minute, where as humans, we're like, I want my pet with me. I need my pet. I love my pet. I miss my pet. My pet did everything with me. My pet was so awesome. It's all this stuff that's like about us. But can you take us out of that 3D viewpoint spectacle for a minute and share with us the upsides of the afterlife for pets or for animals, and why this is significant, and talk a little bit about afterlife and their why their soul contracts are important, and why their life blueprint is important, and their journey.
Yeah, first of all, I wanted to say that it's really beautiful how you already was aware of the transitioning of Jakey, and trying to yeah, be there for him. That's really, really nice for yeah, if you can do that. But it's also when you are overwhelmed by emotions, you can say it to the animal. So I'm sorry, I'm just human. So with my second horse, when I lost him, he was really my everything, my life, my love, my friends. He carried me. So it sounds a bit stupid, but I practiced. I knew from my first horse what I found difficult. So I practiced with him. Like now the vet is coming and then I will be so emotional, I said to him. And I just cried and I cried and we were alone. I was practicing and I just let all the emotions out. And yeah, so that was for me, when the moment was there, I was really calm and I asked all my spiritual family to carry us in energy, because I know I needed that, because we were so connected.
Yes.
And that helped me also to be there really for him. But and also a way is just to say to the animal, I will be emotional, and but say also, you can go now. It's okay for you to leave. That is really nice to say, and just explain you are human and you are emotional. Yeah.
Yeah, because
But it's,
sometimes they don't want to leave us, right? They don't feel like we're okay to let go, and they can hold on longer, even though even though they're struggling and they should go, but sometimes the human can hold on to them longer because it's for
yeah,
selfish reasons or for whatever reasons,
yeah,
um,
yeah,
for human reasons. And I feel like, yeah, I felt that it's like they hold on extra for us.
yeah. Because
Yeah.
that's why a consult can be helping to help to let go. But if you ask to talk about the afterlife, and one of the big things I think is, how do you view that? Do you think it has, yeah, it's the end and I never see someone again? Then it's really hard. It's really hard to let go if you think it's the end. And every death, for me, every passing over is really different. So with my dog, that was really difficult for me. I wasn't ready to let him go. But he said to me, "You are not taking my life, you are giving me new life." Yeah, so if you believe in reincarnation, if you believe that we are just energy, our souls, and we are from the source, yeah, and living our lives from there in new lives again, another life, then there is no end. So that, yeah, then I have felt also my stepfather and also animals who were really happy to leave their body, because it's a present to be in the body, because we can touch and feel and experience everything. But when your body is really aching, and when you have no energy left and life becomes very hard, then transitioning is really a relief. So I've really felt like souls were so happy to be out of their body, to whew. Yeah, my stepfather was so happy, so euphoric by
Wow.
actually, yeah, he was so happy. Yeah, I
Wow.
cannot explain. So if you view it in that way, also that can help. Yeah, and then as I see it, and everyone has different things they see or believe, but the way I see it, like the animals and humans first come in a layer where they overview their life and the lessons. So like I feel one animal told me it was 16 days that the door is open, so you can feel your animal more around for 16 days, and then you feel the energy fade. You fade away, so they can be with you and they can see you from another perspective. And sometimes an animal told me, yeah, I just like to be there with them from this perspective. And yeah, and also learn their lessons and get their overview right. And then they move on to the next step. And
Wow.
that different, that is the way I see it, right? And I not only see it, but when I connect to the animals, the way they show me, right?
Yeah.
So some
Thing.
really need time to heal. Some who had a difficult life really need some time to heal in that layer and to stay there for some times and to be taken care of.
Okay.
Some are really moving fast. So my horse, my second horse, so the one that was 20 years with me, I asked my teacher for me to help in the communication. And she said it feels like because it took really months for him to let me go. So it took a half year before he was ready, because he probably had to do some work on me still before I was ready. It's more about me, I think. And she said it feels like he prepares also in the other realm to be directly a guide for you. And most of the animals go somewhere to heal and to process, but he is preparing the space so he can be with you. And I also felt it. He was not there, but he was there. So there was something carrying me all the time. So
Wow.
it really differs. And I had one dog that really felt like a master. And so I have really important work to do. So I need to go.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So it's about their mission too. It's not just about what we
Yeah.
need, they have their own soul path and their
Yeah.
own soul mission. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm also a little bit in the Tao, and a master from Taiwan, he told me, because I knew all those things in my mind and I said it to myself, but there still was the heartbreak of losing my best friend in the earthly life, because we missed the earthly hugs and holding. But after our conversation, he said, like, dying is waking up from a dream. So they believe, people from the Tao, they believe that dying is just waking up from a dream. And he said, because I said, yeah, but I'm so afraid that I will lose the memory or something. And he said, but you can see it as a movie. You can always rewind
Yeah.
and you can see it, but you don't have to carry that emotion with you all the time. So the movie is there. You can always rewind and see it in your mind, but you don't have to keep on holding on to the emotions.
Right.
And somehow it helped, and I let go of his remains the next day. And that was really quick, 2 weeks after he was put down. So my other horse, the first one, was really traumatic for me. And that took me a year to let go of her remains. Yeah.
Wow.
And yeah.
So now talking about, thank you so much for sharing all this, Susan. So now talking about your relationship moving forward with your horse, your horses, all of your animals, what does this look like now? And what do you feel like, and this is kind of an exponential question, but like, do you feel that some of the animals that have been your pets, or your companions still have roles for you in the afterlife, or in the eternity? Do you feel like it's subjective to the time here that you're here on Earth? Do you feel like you'll be with them again, some of them or all of them? Or is this the great mystery?
If you mean if they will incarnate, I had so many animals, so I don't think I will see them all again. But with my horses, I have the skin of 2 of the horses, and I made a drum of it. One is I will still make because she died recently, but the other one is here, and they both have their frequency. So by drumming,
Wow.
They carry their frequency. Like the one, my best friend that was carrying me, so really nurturing energy, and the other one was really a life changer. Like she hit me against the head and changed my life completely. So she is really, and she, in the last months of her life, she also changed a lot of this at the stable where we moved to, because we had to move. And yeah, so they are really different energies, and
Wow.
in the form of a drum, they still guide me. But I also feel they are guide me in spirit. So and when I help an animal in the transitioning, I always ask some animals in the afterlife of my own to be there and to guide the way for other animals to go. Yeah, so they help me as a spirit team. Are they really helpful? Yeah.
That's amazing. And we're so fortunate to get to know that through a conduit like you who can help deliver this precious information to us. So I'll just translate this here to English. This is
I heard someone say who lost both of her parents. She said, but it's really powerful to have spirit parents because they can really help you in another way. And I really feel that also with my horses. They're really powerful. So I have a team of 3 horses that are just, yeah,
that's
really powerful.
so it's
Yeah.
almost like there are healers from the other side now. You can look at it in that way too.
Yeah.
So beautiful. So Susan,
Yeah.
what else would you like to share for anyone else who, or the listeners who may be considering working with you? And is there anything else that you might want them to know? Somebody who's considering doing a session with you,
Oh,
but maybe they're nervous or they're resistant. Um, what would
yeah.
you?
I learned that people have to be open. So if they are put up to it
Mm,
by another friend and they are not really open for it, then it doesn't work like it's supposed to, because they are reluctant to, yeah,
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 we were just
they're,
about this. A no and a yes are two totally different frequencies. So I know a woman who works with dowsing rods, and they're basically like these copper rods. And she showed us through a demonstration what a yes looks like and what a no looks like. So she worked with a person to demonstrate, and she instructed the person to go to a place of pure happiness where they were in an open state of love and yes frequency. And the person did that, and then the rods, they open like this, so the energy just moved the rods, they were completely open. And then she said, okay, now I want you to go to a place where you felt very no, very sad. And so as the person moved their energy to that space, the rods, they went like this in an X. So it's a literal total different frequency. It's like doing a reading with anybody, probably, right? If they're not open to it, then the reading doesn't flow. That's my experience in doing readings with humans, is if the openness isn't there, it's challenging to
yes.
flow and to connect.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So the openness is really one thing, and yeah, and understand that it's not a one-on-one problem solving, because the instinct of the animal is also there. So they are in a body, and there is the instinct, and yeah, you can talk all you want, but if the instinct is really big or there is still a lesson to learn, then the problem won't be solved. So I think that is important also to understand. Yeah. And
Like,
if you look at your own animal, just yeah, keep noticing and connecting with them, like just feeling your own body when you're somewhere else, and then go home and then feel what happens in your body, and understand that you sometimes just feel their hunger or pain or something, and they, when you think, oh, I need to feed them, that it can be that they are telepathically telling you, I want this. Yeah.
Like,
And so you think it's my own mind, but it's the animal. So
yeah.
that is nice to remember. And communication is not only the telepathic way, so it's also reading the body language and
Mhm.
reading the energy, how he feels. But also, if the cat wants to go outside, he walks to the door, or he goes to sit by your side and look at you, and they're all kinds of communication. And
Sure. And
we are,
signs come
yeah,
also, right?
yeah, and we are busy. Yeah, like we are humans, we're always busy with the mind.
Mm,
So with my dog, I try to practice when I go out with him that I always see the moment he connects with me. So when he looks at me, I reward him. But then I notice, oh, he looked at me and I didn't reward him because my mind was somewhere else. So then I pull myself back, and yeah, so keep the connection from your side also by
mm.
seeing them. And of course you cannot always be like that clear, but then you tell the animal, sorry, I I have this human mind.
Yeah, exactly.
And that is also communicating, and that is for with your own animals, is that really a big thing of yeah, the daily thing. And look at yourself, what, be open for the lessons they need to learn, because if you book a consult with me, there will almost always be lessons for you also. And it can be sometimes confronting, the things that I say, maybe about a relationship that's not working, or yeah,
Mm.
be open to receive that also. Yeah.
That's so beautiful. So can people work with you remotely? Can they work with you by a phone call and in person?
Yeah, I don't have use the phone, so I use like you did. You send a picture of the animals, and
On WhatsApp.
like yeah,
Yep.
maximum of 6 questions, and the name and the age of the animal, and the owners, the names of the owners. And I also like the names of the other pets when they come up, then I know. And then I will send you a voice message with the
Mhm.
story. Yeah.
Beautiful. So you can visit Susan at susandekker.nl for the Netherlands. So Susan Dekker, 2 Ks in Dekker, as you see on her name. And be sure to check her out. There's one more fun thing I wanted to do before we close today, Susan. And thank you
Yeah.
so much for your time. This has been absolutely amazing and fascinating. And
Thank you for your you asking me to my first time on a podcast. Yeah.
Or, well, this is so special because this is the first episode for Song of the Soul healing podcast that I am starting. So I
Really
instantly
nice.
wanted to connect with
Mm,
you and bring you here to talk about this because it's so helpful and so special. And we all
yeah.
are in need right now in this life in the Aquarian age. We're in need to connect with each other more and work with energy and start to remember how we can do this because we can all do this, right? It's just about practicing and attuning our senses. We can all connect to energy in different ways, and everybody has different gifts. Susan's gift is, communicating with animals. Everybody has different abilities and gifts, and part of the reason why I want to have this channel is to show others how they can be their own alchemists and they can attune
Mm,
their own gifts. Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you. So I thought we could do something fun before we close. So I thought it would be fun to pull an animal tarot card to ask which animal we should call on to support us through September for this season. So
Mm.
I thought that would be fun. And then I also wanted to ask the angel deck what angel we can call upon to help the animals right now.
Oh,
Does
that's beautiful.
that sound good? Yeah?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
let's. So I've got this really great deck that I've had for a long time from Colette Baron Reed. So let's see. And thanks so much again for coming on today, tuning in from the Netherlands. It's really amazing. I'm so happy that we got to meet in our wonderful class. Shout out to Nicole from Women of Ancient Futures.
Yeah. Thank
Wonderful
you.
class. Yes, a wonderful class for anyone who wants to practice opening up their gifts and learning more about their abilities. Okay, so what animal is going to guide us through September? What animal? Okay, here we go. Ah, the horse spirit. You see that? Freedom is yours. And I just want you guys to know that there are a lot of cards here. I don't plan this. It's funny. We're talking about horses this entire video. So the message is freedom is yours. Freedom is yours. So the number 33 came up. 33, always a good sign. The horses want us to know that we're free. This is our time of liberation. Step into.
Yeah, nice.
To pure joy and happiness. Yeah. Okay, awesome. And then for the angel card, I'm excited to see which angel is gonna work with us. There is now, do you work with a specific angel when you connect with angels to like through your sessions and to facilitate healing for animals, or?
Yeah, I'm not that deep into angels, so I always call up Michael.
Michael, Archangel Michael, sure. Or
Michael, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Yes, because there is an archangel. There are probably many archangels for animals, but Archangel Felier is one that is known. And then, of course, Saint Francis of Assisi. He was a patron saint of animals in Catholicism.
Yeah, I'm not that deep into angels yet, but did you know the trance healing day we did with Nicole?
I don't know.
Did you do that online also with the medium who did the trance healing class?
I don't remember. I don't remember.
Oh, and then
Person.
She told us to by changing your frequency, you call upon the spirit world and the spirit doctor. So when I work with the animal, I always go there to that place and I call upon the spirit doctor or sometimes a spirit therapist. Like that I work then, and I ask them to do within the limits of the animal, help them yeah, as much as they can handle. Yeah.
Sure. Beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah. All right. So let's see. Okay. That's so funny. I've had this deck so long and I've never pulled this one. We got cherubim. So the message says, look to the stars, accept keys and codes of stellar wisdom. So in order to support the animals, yeah, this feels like for this season, the animals want us to tune into our own inner wisdom. And it's more of this gold energy. It's like, again, with the solar plexus, it's all about oneness, right? Gold, yellow in the photo, cherubim angels. Yeah, the animals want us to connect with the stars. I'm going to read a little bit more about this just because I haven't had cherubim come up before. So why not while we're here? Let's see.
I like to hear.
Yeah, so let's see. Cherubim are 11th dimensional galactic angels. These huge beings work in the universe holding the energy of pure transcendent love between and around the planets, stars, and galaxies. For example, the Pleiades download source healing, and the cherubim are helping to intensify the level of healing coming through. They also bring the messages contained in the harmonic frequencies of the seraphim angels down to a level that can be passed on through the angelic realms. Cherubim operate beyond our visual and auditory range, but during the Renaissance, they broke off tiny energetic fragments of their light and sent them out to help humanity. These were seen by psychics as pure, innocent, joyful babies. Aha, because there's baby angels here if you look closely, the cherubim. Now, they were called cherubs and they spread Christ's light through being depicted in different art. You are blessed to receive the cherubim card. Trying to make it focus on the, there we go. You are blessed to receive the cherubim card, for it indicates you are being lit by beautiful angelic energy. You're being asked to bring this through you and pass it on to others to switch their lights on too. Okay, so that feels like we're asked to send the cherubims to all animals to help switch their lights on and help them connect with this Christ light energy to illuminate them and raise their frequencies. Whether you understand it or not, you are a universal being connected to the stars. Tune into their wisdom by looking at them and thinking about them, and accept the keys and codes of universal light that are being downloaded into you. This will enable you to become an intergalactic master when the time is right. Indeed, you may be one already. Know that pure, innocent, loving cherubs are inspiring and uplifting you. Feel their joy and let it enhance your life. That's what a beautiful angel to connect with. That's great.
Yeah.
The horse is guiding us in September, wants us to be free and totally liberate our spirits. And then the cherubim angels are ones that we can call and send to animals needing healing in the world and guidance, help, animals in need, animals needing love, needing light. That's the message.
Nice. Yeah.
That was great. All right. Well, thank you so much, Susan. Is there anything else you would like to tell our listeners today before we close?
I think with your message you pulled from the deck, it's also encouraging us to have faith in their own soul path and know some animals are suffering, but some chose to suffer. That sounds really nasty, but because they want to wake us up. So believe also in their own power. That really suits with that card.
Yeah. Look to the stars, accept key.
That doesn't mean you don't need to send help or do nothing, but also believe that there's a bigger role. And I sometimes, when I see an animal in need, I also remind them of their greatness. Like, you are more connected to source than we are, so you can manifest your life. And I saw really 2 horses change their life after I told them, put it in the universe what you want, and you can do this.
It's so beautiful.
From love and not from pity. Try to not pity animals, but just from love when you connect with them.
From love, with love, for the highest good of all.
Yeah.
Susan, this has been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for being here today with us. We will definitely have you on again soon, and I can't wait to connect with you again. And I'm sure so many people are going to want to connect with you after watching this. So to all the watchers and listeners out there, we're sending you a lot of peace, love, and light. And I'm Maria Dekker with Song of the Soul Healing. And this is Susan Dekker, Animal Communicator. And we're sending you a lot of love. Until next time, peace and light.
Thank you.
Thank you.